All right, we're gonna do some back testing. Um, Actually went to random part of the chart. Jeez, right when I started doing my thing. Okay. Anyways, sorry about that. Um, Random part of the chart just to see if supply and demand zone. I don't have to see. I've gotten pretty good with it, but let's go to a random chart. We're here. Let's see what we got here. Uh, so H4. We're back testing. So let's see what we got here. Well, first things first. Without doing a lot of looking, this was a supply zone right here. This is probably on a higher time frame though. I know how to spot them. So this was probably the major supply zone, and there was a supply zone right there. Um, so now that we know that there's a major supply zone, um, then we have the drop and then the pull back to this zone where it's probably on a lower time frame or probably here where it tapped into this zone and it dropped. So that's what we have so far. Let's look at the how the market is. Way this looks, wish I can make this bigger. The way this is looking is already on a downtrend. So we had the deep pushback. So it made a demand zone right here. Oh shoot. So we have a demand zone that was made right here after the downtrend. We'll order block. Now we do have some notable areas after like this. At this point, I'm looking for sales after this supply zone hit. It's just it broke out, retest, and it came back to retest again. So it looks like it wants to push down. But so I'm looking for sales. Um, Notable areas. There's a zone right there. Few little baby zones. Yeah, there's probably one right there. But honestly, we're talking institutional from 66. It's probably going to come back down to 52 from this area. I don't what institutional look. But we could get maybe a pullback here, then we could get the buys off this area. But that it being on a downtrend, and this was the last major, um, look at all these wicks up from here. So that's a major demand zone probably. So usually when I'm on the H4 and then we got a higher time frame demand zone, I'm looking for sales. And I'm gonna take it to the major demand zone off the supply. So let's see what happens. Right now, I'm not getting in. Don't really see anything right now. So let's see what happens. Okay. All right. What do we have here? So the market did not come back. Oh, retest. Looking for it to come back to retest this supply zone, but we might have a breaker structure. Call these, BOS. Might have a BOS right here. There's the structure. Let's see if it broke it. So we have a breaker structure, right? For the structure, this is the origin candle right here of the BOS. So it made a little baby supply zone right there. See, order block. So after the breaker structure, what I would like to see out of this is a nice little pullback here. And obviously this is the zone. And once it pulls back here, then, it could go even halfway into the zone. And we're gonna take it back to, we'll at least go right here, because I don't know, it could come right here and bounce back up. But like I said, usually when you trade institutional with supply and demand zone, it's probably going to come back to that demand, because there looks like imbalance. This is like a lot of imbalance right here. So it's probably got to come and fill all of this in. So and then look, from here to here, we have a what we would like to call a change of character. It changed the character. The market was on it going up, and then from here it started changing the character. And then we have a change of character, break of structure. So this move here could just be money. This could just be money, liquidity. You see what I'm saying? This could possibly be liquidity down here. So it might do the liquidity swap and then come down here to where the major, where the major money is at right here. Looks like major money is right there. So let's see if it taps back into the zone, and we'll get in. All right. All right. Okay, we got a pullback at the BS. Okay, so we're in the zone. Usually, see, from this point, I'd be going to a lower time frame and doing exactly what I'm doing right now. But I don't know if I can do that with trading. So let's see what happens. All right, so it rejected. Honestly, if this was a lower time frame, see, I would have got in on a lower time frame. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna put it below this supply zone. So we have the breaker structure, the change of character. Obviously, this is the zone, supply zone that was created after the change of character and breaker structure. So when it breaks structure, it pulls all the way back to the area. This is the retest area. If people were doing break, swing high and then pull back and then drop. So we'll get in. I'm very confident about this. I see this all the time in the market. No big deal. This is a drop. So I'll see what happens. We're in profit. All right. Big red bear candle, right? All right, there we go. All right. From this point, we have another break of structure right here. Another break of structure. I love seeing these. So we got the break of structure. We're still in this trade. So now when I see the break of structure and the change, and we have another change of character where it's probably on a lower time frame, change of character. So now we have new supply zone right here. We have a new supply zone off that blue candle. The blue candle is the origin of this move. So hopefully we could get a pullback, and I don't know if we get a pullback, we could get another short in right there, and we could keep taking this with us. So now you got two trades in one. So let's see what happens. All right, we're going back in. Oh, shoot. This is why I hate doing this on the H4. See, it tapped the zone. It didn't even go in the 50 way halfway in. It tapped it and went in. On a lower time frame, I would have got in. So I would have been in this trade too. Now, the way this is looking and the way I used to trade was when I have a big pull back and then it comes back to the retest area, which where supply zone was at, because I used to trade swing high, swing lows. Yeah, I would be looking for a lower low. This is how I used to trade. So lower low means that this is the area I'm targeting. It's the structure low. This would be the structure low where the market pulled back after this pullback right here, down there. But like I said, I'm having it go to here, or what I could do now, I could have one of them down here and then one for here. And then obviously you could trail. You could trail your stop loss and take profit. I like doing these. These are interesting. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's see. Maybe it hits my stop loss, maybe, but just looking at this doesn't look like it wants to come back up. Now I'm afraid of this area because it could just pull back and come back and stop me out. But I should, put stuff in stop loss at break even. But when it comes to smart money concept, I usually I just let the trade go. Now, when I was trading swing high, swing low, which is kind of sort of the same thing in a way, because this would have been the breaker structure and it would have came in, I would have got to sell off of there, stop loss above that, and then came down. I mean, it's all trading is pretty much support and resistances, but there's different ways of trading it. But no more talk. Let's just see what happens. I'm very intrigued to see what happens. All right, so we got to pull back to the supply zone. Usually, well, let's see what the next candle does. Ooh, wow. Did I get stopped out? Where's this at? Right there. I almost got stopped out. Let's see what happens. So I got stopped out of this trade. If I would have put that at break even, I would have been good. I got stopped out of there. So let's see. It came back to the zone, sort of. And it kind of, maybe, I don't know. Let's see what happens. So I'm stopped out of one. Now, what's this next candle do? At this point, it's still inside the zone. I'm getting back in. Putting it back above. It's still inside the zone. So I would get back in and see what happens. So I'm in drawdown on both of them. Let's see. All right, see how I tapped the zone? That was liquidity. It grabbed liquidity right there. Now, I would be concerned because I'm like, remember I said this area, it might just pull back real strong on you. But if I would have had one of my take profits right there, it would have been smashed. This is the problem with going for these long swing downs. You don't know if some of these supply, these demand zones will feel it. But I feel like it should break that, even though it just did that liquidity, grab some liquidity to go up. Obviously you got that little area right there I didn't pay attention to. There's somewhere I don't feel like looking at, you know how to make supply and demand as long as if you do. Order blunt. So honestly, maybe one of them right there. There's money right there. There's money. Okay, this money is down here. That's where the big money at. But let's see what happens. I already got stopped out of one. So it's tapping it again. See, it shot up. Oh, but it touched my zone again. It tapped that zone. This is a sell like a mug. I like that zone. See, on a lower time frame, I would have got in. But let's just for shits and giggles. We get a third one in. But tap the zone again. It's 50% inside of the zone. It's reacting off that zone now. Hope I didn't. See, it might go up and hit my stop loss. Let's see. I feel feeling it's gonna hit that stop loss up there. But I mean, it's above the zone now. So I got 3 trades in. So that trade that I lost is no big deal. But it's below the zone now. Oh well, it went back up in. Oh, shoot. Oh man. I think this is. Let's stop here. Let's stop here. This zone is invalid now. It grabbed the liquidity that it needed, and it did all that. And we have a new breaker structure. Breaker structure right here. So this was like accumulation of orders, trapping a lot of buyers, retail buyers. So it made another bear or what did I do? So it made another bear OB right there. I'm in deep profit. This is wonderful. Let's see if it pulls back to that bear, that new order block now. Probably not. Or probably once it taps into this zone. So it's in that zone. Okay. This trade hits TP. We're out of there. We're still inside of these trades. Okay, CNC, it reacted off the zone. Could have got you a nice little buy right there, whatever. I should put these at break even, but I still confident that it might go down there. Oh, well, it never even came back to that zone. So this zone is, oh, this hits TP too. So we're out of that trade. This zone didn't work. We have a breaker structure. Little weird zone right there. So now we're at this zone. Whew, that's beautiful. We're still in that trade. As long as it keeps making how I used to trade, pull back, it'll go swing low, pull back, sell off the retest. Well, I mean, I'd wait. Well, I'd never used to wait. This used to be the area right here that I used to put right here at the bottom of that, and then I'll sell. And then when they get to the bottom of there where the breaker structure is, sell, because that's how I used to trade. But honestly, it's kind of pretty much the same thing with supply and demand zones, the whole zone instead of the bottom part being a retest. And then obviously, this was a bigger breakage structure right there. So it would have been the same thing. It would have pulled back almost to the breaker structure area, and then I would have sold. So this is a bigger BOS breaker structure right here. So let's keep going. All right. Right off the OB. I would have probably put some buys in if it worked out, but let's see. It's still inside the order block, so okay. Probably on the lower time frame, I would have took a buy, but I wouldn't have held it that long. This could shoot all the way up here. I should put this at breaking. Never know. So I would have had this at break even, and I've been trailing it. I would have trailed it every breaker structure. Let's see what happened. I might look for a buy off this area if it sticks. Okay. Might have a breaker structure. I was trying to look for a buy off this zone. So my bias was right about this. So we're deep, deep, deep in profit. So I might take this buy. I feel like it's going to come back up. But see, it broke structure already, so I better not take that buy. Oh, yeah, it broke structure already. So this is the new supply zone. So it'd be stupid to buy. I'm in another sale. Right there. Well, it went back to the, let's see what this next count is. Okay, now I'm selling because it's below. So above the zone. See what happens. If it's a true uptrend, then it'll just, if it's okay. All right, it's back. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, we're in profit with that. If this was a true uptrend, I would take it after the break of this area and the retest, the break of this zone, retest this zone, then I would have took the buys and start taking the buys. But right now, it's just on a deep downtrend. And as I thought, after seeing this big swing up, so this high demand zone where the money is at, always spot the liquidity. It looked like it wanted to go here. You know what? I wasn't even paying attention. This is probably what happened all last week. I just haven't been paying attention. This is what time is this? This look like something. Oh, this 2020. Huh. This some 2020 shit. Okay, let's keep going. Okay. And this was makes trading easy. What we got here? We have a pullback. So see, if I was trading regularly, it would have been a pullback to this area down here, and then I would sell again. Like how I used to trade. I would wait for pullbacks to come to these areas, and then I would sell. So I'd have a big area right here, and I would have sold it. That'd be my retest area, and it would have tipped it, and I would have sold. But let's see what happens. Now I probably would have lost it because I would have had my stop loss above here, and it would have wicked me out. Or probably wouldn't have. So we have another sort of break of structure. So it created structure so it can get buyers in the market and then push the price back down at this BOS. Breaker structure. So up here where all these blue candles are is a zone. So if it comes up there, I can get another sell. As you can see, it don't always make it back to the sell zone. And I'm so deep in profit with these, it's not even none. Oh yeah. Now what I would have done, I should have had these TPs right here at the beginning of the zone. It's not. So let's just see what happens. This looks like divergence to go back up. Let's see what happens. I just want my things to hit TP. Keep hitting that BOS. Oh yeah, this is why it wants to come back up. After the divergence, it might start pushing up. I should have took a buy. So yeah, I just wanted to hit TP. Okay, so we're TP smashed on both of them. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So Australia tap back into this zone, hits the TPs. We're out the market. Now, c'est la moon. I love seeing stuff like this. So this was the zone for the that the buyers got in at. Why is that line right there? See how it tapped back in that zone and flew. So last part is catching the buy off this zone. Then I'm gonna end this video because this video is long. Because once it taps the demand zone, it's gonna accumulate orders down there. Let's see if it goes to that zone. Look like it wants to start. It's making diversions. So we have a breaker structure right here. Sometimes things don't work out. BOS breaker structure right here. The last bear candles are down here. So if it comes down into the order block, then we take the buy. We work our way back up. I'm sure it's gonna come all the way back up and start retesting areas, but let's see. Now keep in mind. So now that the change of character happened. Is this the change of character? The divergence are a change of characters. Change of character. So since the divergence made a change of character, we gotta still keep in mind that we do have supply zones. Supply zones that's right here. That's the next major one that I'll be concerned about. So let's see what happens. I mean, you can scalp right here. I'm just looking for the major mover. So we're in the zone and we have a sell. Got a short off the zone. See, on a lower time frame, I would already been in. But I'm just doing this just to see what happens. Well, let's see if it comes back to the zone. Might stop me out. That would have been better to get in right there. All right, so we almost got stopped out. I think we're stopped out. No, not yet. Still in the game. All right, so it dropped. See, I would have had a sell up there too. I would have sold up there too because it was inside of the zone. All right. If it touches the zone again, I need you to touch that zone again. I put this bullshit at break even. It hit it. All right, so I got hit out at break even at that point. It barely went down there. Let's go. This is the waiting game that happened. So we got another tap into the zone, the bear zone. Nah, no big deal. I can still go in. It actually made a new demand zone right there. It's taking forever. What you gonna do? All right, so we got stopped out. And the reason why we got stopped out, I saw once, when it comes to demand zones and supply zones, it got tapped too many times. And it actually created one down here now. So we have one that's right here. And when I saw that it wasn't coming back and it was just making higher highs, that let me know this was going to get broke. So I probably would have put break even in. So it never really came down there anymore. It's crazy. So we do have the breaker structure right there. This is going to be the last one because this video can too long. I don't want to make it too long. So we got the breaker structure. So we probably have a possibility of getting right in right there or down here. This could just be liquidity. This looks like it could just be a liquidity spot to wick everybody out. To come down here. We got some supply zones. We do have a somewhat of a supply zone right there that we're in. And to be honest, after seeing this move, I would have been in a buy already, and I would have been holding that buy. But I was just waiting for it to come back. But it never came back, and that's fine. And it didn't, it just made another change in character where it made a lower low, which that's fine. This thing left without us almost. Still buy right there, but I just want to see what happens. So that order block, it worked for a minute, and then it came up. We have breaker structure, new order block right there. Yeah, at this point, I'd be first of all, like I said before, I would have got in right there. I always get on diversions, but I'm being fatigued about trading because too much trading will make you fatigued. So fatigueness. Let's see what happens. We have the breaker structure. Liquidity still right here. And liquidity right here. But either way it go, do you see how it came all the way down, back down to this area to push back around? because like I said, I've already been in this trade. But this is for people that did not get in the trade. You have to wait for pullbacks, break a structure, come back right here, we get in. Stuff like this. Unless you got some other way of getting in. So we're there. We're there. Let's see what happens. I'm in. Just that trader's fatigue. I got trader's fatigue, and I'm over here. This when you look at the market too much. There was a supply zone right there too. Oh, bear, bull. And see how I mirrored the whole move. And that was the supply zone. I should have took the sell right there, but again, traders fatigue, where you stop seeing stuff. But I'm gonna try to take it to that high, see what happens. See, I would have caught all that. And then if that's just liquidity, then I'll take this one. If it comes down there, if that's where it truly wants to come back to test, then I'll take that one. So those zones, let's see what happens. This is the last one. So we're in profit. And we got stopped out, which I thought we would. Or if I would have put it at break even, it'd have been better. Waiting for it to come down there. So we're in. I would have put a buy stop right there. We in. That looks like that was the area of interest anyways. So we're in this trade. Can't win them all. All right, so I'm start putting this stuff at break even. we up. I'm seeing other change of characters and breaker structures and stuff, but just want you to see how I trade now. I'm sure it stopped me out. So I'm getting traders fatigue anyway. Let's see if it would have went up there anyways. So it would have eventually went up there. That's pretty high. Yeah. Well, I was aiming for that, but at that point it touched the supply zone again, so I would have took a sale. But you get the drift. I'm not getting traders fatigue doing this. I get traders fatigue where I'm looking at the chart so long and doing this that I get bored. It gets really boring, and when I get bored, I start missing setups and stuff like that. And that's where you got to take a step away from the charts and come back tomorrow. So that was it in a nutshell. It's not perfect. It works pretty much. You'll be in profit, but sometimes you gotta just take half and put it break even. Sometimes, well, oh yeah, I'm sleepy too, but yeah. So, well, I will see you on the next video. Hopefully, you learned something. Peace.